From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Let's do the news!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Justin Timberlake's doing the rounds, doing a bunch of interviews. He's doing SNL this weekend. Talking to Zane Lowe about the title of the record, which is going to be at when, in March?
Yeah, March 15th.
March 15th, called Everything I Thought It Was. So this is JT explaining.
I worked for a long time on this album, and I ended up with like 100 songs. So narrowing them down to 18 was a thing. And then, yeah, I'm really excited about this album. I think every artist probably says this, but it is my best work. There's a lot of fun on this album, you know, I think that's where I came up with the album title, with Everything I Thought It Was. I was playing it for people around me. They're like, "Oh, this sounds like everything we know you for." And then, you know, another friend of mine was like, "Oh, this sounds like everything I thought I wanted from you." You know, like it was like that sort of phrase in one way or another was in the air.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself about how some of the songs are more introspective and some of them are more sort of what I think people know me for.
Oh. And if you haven't heard the song yet, even though we played it twice in a row yesterday on this show, here's a little bit of Selfish.
I can't help it.
Oh, it's such a good song.
However,
Why can't I enjoy this song? Why can't we all vibe to this song?
Because a 13-year-old bonus track song by Britney Spears from 2011, also called Selfish, has been making its way up the charts with absolutely zero promo. It ended up in the top 10 on the iTunes charts. I believe it peaked at number 4. It hit number 1 in 4 countries, including Brazil, Chile, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. It peaked at number 2 in 6 countries. This is all the Britney fans who are still pissed at Justin Timberlake, who are taking this song that really very few people even know existed. It was a bonus track in 2011, and they're sending it.
Very much of that time.
Yes, and how it all started, it was quite brilliant by one of the Britney fans. So one of these huge Britney stan accounts tweeted yesterday, Britney Spears will release her new single, Selfish, this Thursday, January 25th.
Oh.
And then so everybody went looking for it, and everybody went to stream it, and then boom, there it goes.
And it's an old song. It's 13 years old.
It's an old song, yeah.
Oh, boy. Damn, JT.
The pettiness of the Britney fans.
For shiz, genuine.
Because if you look at screen grabs that everybody was taking overnight, like it's like Justin Timberlake Selfish at like number 2 and Britney Spears Selfish at like number 4. Like he couldn't escape it. Like if anybody was screen grabbing Justin at in the top 10 of all the sort of streaming charts, you would have to crop it.
That's a hard crop.
Like it's a very
not friendly for social media either.
No, it's not. It's all like long, like skinny. Like it's not a good crop.
Oh no! Damn. What is?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Graphic images of Taylor Swift, AI images that have been sweeping the internet, showing Taylor in a series of explicit acts themed around the Kansas City Chiefs. Is the latest example, they say, of the disturbing rise in deep fake pornography. There are a lot of calls for the website that publishes these. There's one website that sort of does it all, for the owners to be criminally investigated and charged. The images were viewed, I think, 22 million times on X.
I agree with that. I agree with them being charged.
Yeah. So yesterday, X started suspending accounts that had been resharing some of the deepfake AI pics, but others quickly emerged in their place. That's just the way it goes. And then there was reports of them popping up on Instagram, Reddit, as well as 4chan. As far as the laws go, so non-consensual deepfake pornography is illegal in Texas, Minnesota, New York, Virginia, Hawaii, and Georgia. In Illinois and California, victims can actually sue the creators of the pornography in court for defamation. So no idea how they're going to handle all of that, but that went wild yesterday. 50 Cent, who's looking like trim these days. I don't know if you've seen 50.
Yeah,
but,
follow him on IG.
But a lot of people are saying he's on
down to 25 cents now.
Yeah, a lot of people saying he's on Ozempic, like everybody else. Denies it, though.
Talking about weight. No, talking about weight loss. I was in the gym. I was working the out, man. They're going to say it's Ozempic. I was running. I was doing what I had to do. You see me on tour. I ran around. I was 253 pounds. I came down. I'm 210 right now, right?
250 to 210.
Wow. Well, don't you guys remember when Post Malone went on tour? And when he started the tour, he looked one way. Yeah. And when he ended the tour, he was a lot more trim. Yeah. And then people were like wondering, hey, what's going on with Post Malone?
You know, the unfortunate thing with Post Malone is nobody accused Post Malone of Ozempic.
No.
They only accused Post Malone of meth.
Yeah.
He didn't even get Ozempic.
No, and
they went straight to meth.
Yeah. Poor guy. Talk about judge a book, right?
Right.
That's funny.
The poor guy. Everybody else in show business.
And then he had to come out and say, guys, I started eating healthy. I stopped, I cut back on smoking and drinking. Yeah. You know, I'm a dad.
He stopped drinking cola.
Yeah, I'm a dad now.
I know,
I'm trying to live a good life. Running around on stage, I'm burning all these calories. So, of course, by the end of the tour, I'm trim.
The best part was people on TikTok were making, edits about him, in concert, and then they'd put, wording over top and look at how sad he is. Pray for Post Malone. No. He's hurting over, and he's just singing a song. It was so funny.
Well, they're playing Sunflower.
Yeah. Look at how sad he is. Oh,
but
God.
Nobody accused poor Posty of Ozempic.
And he's the nicest guy in the world.
I know.
Nicest guy. Come on.
It's terrible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
80-year-old Robert De Niro says that he wants to be around as long as he can for his new 9-month-old daughter. It's not really up to him at this point, though, you know?
No.
He says, quote, I'm an 80-year-old dad, and it's great. Everything that I'm consumed with or worried about just goes away when I look at her. It's wondrous. Robert De Niro has 6 other children, so he now has children that range between the ages of 9 months to 51.
Wow. Imagine having you're 51 and you have a 9-month-old sister.
That's a big window.
That don't seem right.
That's a big window. Men shouldn't be able to do that.
No.
It's awful that you can. Right?
At 80?
And you would think that he had a vasectomy at some point, but maybe not when you're Robert De Niro. Maybe you don't want to mess around with that.
Well, you just feel like...
You just,
it won't happen again?
Many. I don't know, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Vince McMahon denies the graphic allegations that have been filed against him in a rape and sex trafficking lawsuit by a former employee. So in an explicit and very disturbing filing in court yesterday, former WWE staffer is suing co-founder Vince McMahon for rape, sex trafficking, and battery. She's also suing the World Wrestling Entertainment itself and for negligence, and suing former WWE head of talent relations and general manager for sexual assault and more. Following the lawsuit filing, Vince McMahon and World Wrestling Entertainment released a statement from, I guess it was TKO Holdings, because they now own part of, there's a whole bunch of different companies involved in all of this now. They say
like TKO and like Endeavor.
Yeah. So they say with regards to Vince McMahon, this is Vince McMahon's spokesperson, by the way. They say this lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. So that was directly from Vince McMahon, and they say that he will vigorously defend himself. And then the people from TKO and I guess Endeavor released their own statement where they sort of downplayed Vince's role in their companies, but it is a really horrific telling of what she claims went down. Is he still the boss of WWE, though, or no? He's not?
No, he's the executive chairman, but it's sort of...
because he left, right?
Yeah.
Because he had another one of these. Somebody accused him of something, right?
Then came back.
And then came back with some sort of board seat, right?
No, he came back with a board seat, but also as like the role that Triple H currently has. And then that didn't last long, and Triple H came back, but then Vince's daughter, who was also, I believe, a board member, decided to dip as well, and she left the company.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm trying to make sense of all this Meg Thee Stallion Drake stuff. So we know the story with Meg Thee Stallion, and who's that little bald dude? What's his guy's name? Tory Lanez. And Tory Lanez, where he's, I believe, still doing time for shooting Meg Thee Stallion, correct?
Yeah.
And then Drake, just out of nowhere, when all of this was sort of already put to bed, released a track called, what was the name of the song? Circo Loco, where he makes reference to the fact that during all of this, Meg was lying. So listen to this.
Lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling.
Okay, so she lied about getting shot, but she's still a stallion. That is obviously in reference to Meg Thee Stallion. And then Meg Thee Stallion just released a song called, is it Hiss?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Where she makes reference to the rumors that Drake had cosmetic surgery to give him abs, because that was the big thing that came out when Drake started walking around with abs. So she references how he goes in on people with BBLs, but he's walking around with the same scars. Listen.
Teflon done in the courtroom. They be throwing that dirt, don't stick. All these little rap so frauds. Xanax be they hardest bars. These hate on BBLs and be walking around with the same scars. Real curvy, no etching. Fight to get in my section.
So
can I play you just the intro to her song Hiss?
Did you bleep it?
I think so.
Okay.
I just want to kick this by saying y'all. I ain't got to clear my name on a mother thing. Every time I get mentioned, one of y'all get 24 hours of attention. I'm finna get this off my chest and lay it to rest. Let's go.
And then the song goes in.
Damn.
It's fire.
She is fired up, huh?
Bars.
Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear about how Snoop once pissed off Michael Jackson? How would you think Snoop would piss off Michael Jackson, Mocha? How would you think?
He tried to get past Mike's security.
Right.
Because Snoop, at that time when Mike was still alive, would have been like on the rise.
Right.
Popularity is there.
Right.
And probably thought it would be easy to get access to Michael as a fan. Right? And also as an artist.
Or blew weed smoke into his dressing room.
Oh, wait, what?
Me and Mike was family. His family, my family love each other. Only issue me and Mike had was we was at Ed Hardy. He had an event in Vegas, like when they have all the clothes and all of that. Yeah, Michael Jackson performed, Snoop Dogg performed. He put Michael Jackson dressing room right next to Snoop Dogg's. Open the door.
Oh, wow. You blew a bunch in. Yeah.
He said, Snoop, don't do that.
Oh, come on now.
Remember Ed Hardy?
Yeah.
What was the other company? There was Ed Hardy and there was another one.
I know them all, guys.
Okay, you go.
So there's Ed Hardy.
Yes.
And then there was Affliction.
Right. Yes.
And then Von Dutch.
Von Dutch.
That's the
Remember?
one.
And then all the tough guys who were a tap out because of UFC.
Right.
Juicy Couture.
Affliction, Ed Hardy, though.
It
Paul
was
Frank?
Which
That
one?
was-
Paul Frank?
Yeah,
No.
Paul Frank.
No,
But
not in that world, though.
But
Not in that world.
I
Not in
understand
that
where you're
world.
going with that, Maria, but not in the same world as the Von Dutch and Ed Hardy.
Yes.
Over obnoxious.
Right. And it was always, you would pair that, you would see people. I never owned an Ed Hardy anything
Really?
or a Von Dutch
You look like the type that would.
No.
Oh, I love my
You
Ed
knew
Hardy
me,
shoes.
Maury, when that was popular. Did you
With
ever
what,
see me
like-
wearing it? No.
Parasuco jeans?
No, it wasn't Parasuco jeans. It
Quicksilver?
it was Rockin' Republic.
Oh, okay.
Remember those?
Yeah.
With the big bedazzled R&R on the butt cheeks?
Yeah.
Those were the jeans, man. Did you had Ed Hardy, Mocha?
I never had Ed
No?
Hardy.
Did you have a Von Dutch hat? You ever had a Von Dutch hat?
Nope.
They're coming back in.
Climax?
Is here. Climax is
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
He's such a liar.
He's saying
Yeah,
you
you
didn't.
did. You had an Ed Hardy shirt. Your brother had an Ed Hardy shirt, though. Like enough Ed Hardy, right? You never had a Ed Hardy.
No.
You never had
no.
a Von Dutch. You probably had a Von Dutch.
Yes, he had Von Dutch. Of course he had Von Dutch.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da! Just like it was in 2020, the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl.
Hey!
Shout out to Jerry Rice, baby. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and believe it. You gotta fight for your right to party!
Hey.
Believe it, baby. We going to Las Vegas, Nevada, to go get us another one.
Was that Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
He sounds different when he's hollering.
so
with the-
different.
Right?
He looked like he looked like me.
Nobody wanted to say it.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
Thanks.
No.
I got you guys.
He definitely sounds different than when he's on
Can
his
you
New
find
Heights
a clip
podcast.
of the podcast for me? Do you have a clip over there of the brothers podcast? The other brother too. I like that guy a
There
lot.
was not enough cameras on the suite where you could see Kylie, though.
So that is Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yes.
There was not enough cameras on the suite where you could see Kylie, though.
I love his voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this was yesterday.
Shout out to Jerry Rice, baby. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and believe it. You gotta fight for your right to party! Believe it, baby. We going to Las Vegas, Nevada, to go get us another one.
Yo, okay. Can I tell you guys something?
To go get us another one.
That is right there. That is the real Travis Kelce.
You think so?
That yes.
Yeah, he went from a Kelsey brother to a Kelsey brother. You know what I mean?
Yo, big on Trav.
Sunday, February 11th, as Travis Kelce just said, Las Vegas, Nevada. Usher's doing the halftime show. What did Travis Kelce say to Taylor Swift when she ran onto the field? That's the big question. Apparently,
Thank you for coming.
he said, "What's up, sweetie? Where were you guys at?" And then they did like a hug, and then he kissed her, and he said, "How about that one?"
Oh.
Travis Kelce caught 11 passes for 116 yards.
So, like on the Sportsnet IG account, TSN, Barstool, Bleacher Report, like all the big accounts yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like one after the other was that moment between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
And like the hardcore sports fanatics,
yeah. Done with it.
like they hate it
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Hey, listen, she, if nothing else, she's super supportive. Like, she went to Buffalo. You know what I mean? Right? Like,
is she even taking her tour there?
No. Like Taylor Swift, Maury, went to Buffalo. Like,
So-
she is like, that's full support.
So the question is,
Yeah.
when the Super Bowl rolls around,
Yes.
Taylor Swift has a concert like that weekend, not Super Bowl Sunday, but I believe like the Friday or Saturday before.
Where?
And then like the Monday or Tuesday after.
Where's the show?
Tokyo.
No, she won't be there. There's no way. There's no way she'll be
She's
there.
postponing the show. She'll be at the Super Bowl.
No, I think
No,
she's
I
going to
think
be.
she's going to jet there
Yeah,
and back.
I think
Yep.
she's going to be at the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yep.
But when's her next show after that?
I don't know, like the Monday or Tuesday?
No, there's no way.
A 24-hour flight? Maybe the Tuesday then.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think she's going to be there
I
regardless.
say she postpones the show.
No, there's no way she can
No, she
postpone
can't do
the
that.
show.
No, they would never let her do that.
She can do who she wants. She's Taylor Swift.
No,
She won't.
no.
If people find out she canceled a concert to go to a football game?
To go to her boyfriend's football game?
Yeah, no.
In Las Vegas?
No. Don't you remember that Michael Bublé did that? Michael Bublé canceled a concert to go to a Vancouver Canucks game.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a regular season game?
Yeah, no, it was like a playoff game. They were in I think it was like the Stanley Cup Finals or something like that years ago. And then he rescheduled the show. And I think that he had said that at the rescheduled show, he went and he did one song when everybody showed up. And after the first song, everybody left. Like people started leaving. Like they came back. Like they went to his show to just walk out on him, because they knew that he canceled his concert to go to a hockey game. Like, there's no way Swifties are going to stand for that. Nothing else they're going to stand for either is those X-rated AI-generated photos of Taylor Swift that were going around. So the Swifties did their thing. And there is a content creator on Twitter who goes by the name Zubair. So it's ZVBEAR, and his account is private right now. And he took credit for sharing some of the digitally created images. He didn't admit to creating them, however. According to Newsweek, he said, "My post went viral, and now everybody is posting it." And he then tweeted, "Bro, what have I done? They might pass new laws because of my Taylor Swift post. If Netflix did a documentary about AI pics, they'd put me in it as the villain. It's never been so over." And then he went on to sort of mock fans, saying, "I don't care how powerful Swifties are, they'll never find me." And then he said that he was like the Joker, and I use fake numbers and fake addresses. And then somebody, I guess, sent him a picture of his own house.
Swifties coming through.
And they've uncovered him as a 27-year-old man from Toronto who is known for posting risque content on 4chan, X, and Reddit. So, yeah.
Like, do we know which neighborhood?
I believe he went to U of T Scarborough.
Yo, the man guy. I probably know the guy.
No.
I went to my high school.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Come on. Come on, Scarborough. We're better than this.
Are we?
Yeah. You know what? It's a very Scarborough thing to do.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion going at it again. So Meg released a track called Hiss, right? And
she goes in on everybody.
Yeah, and there's one line in the song where she says, "These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's Law." And Megan's Law is referring to the federal law requiring law enforcement to share information about registered sex offenders with the public. And as we know, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is a level 2 registered sex offender in New York and spent several years in jail for both attempted rape in the first degree and first degree manslaughter. And he got house arrest in California because when he moved in with Nicki, he failed to register with the police down there. But it could also be in relation to Nicki's brother, who was convicted in 2017 of predatory sexual assault against his own stepdaughter. So Nicki's got a lot of these individuals in her life. And so the line in the song could have been about either of them. And then Nicki came back last night with a song called Bigfoot, which I can only assume is in reference to Meg Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot, where she talks about her lying about getting lipo and then talks about her mom and all this other stuff. So here's a little bit of Bigfoot.
Swearing on your dead mother when you lie. Hey yo, this little begging talking about Megan's Law. For a free beat, you get hit Megan Raw. If you a ghost spider, party in Megan jaw. Shot thrown, but I still ain't let Megan soar. She like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The fell off. I said, get up on your good foot.
Okay. And then, is this Nicki at the end of the song? She just starts talking? Is that what this is?
So weird, yeah.
Okay, so this is Nicki at the end of the song Bigfoot.
Ho, the things that you've lied about, even pertaining to your mom, you don't want them out, okay? Now, since you think it's funny to speak about people's families, we'll all join in. We'll all play the reindeer games. Soon as your new nose heals, and soon as your... Well, let's leave that for the second installment.
Okay.
The song starts with her talking too, like that.
Yeah. Should also know that she was tweeting about Meg all.
Oh, I know, yeah. She said that she spends a ton of money and still called her like an independent artist and all. Oh my God. Like,
Can I tell you though?
I'm
like,
so not interested in any of this.
You know who else isn't?
Who?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like the folks on like Twitter on X yesterday.
Yeah.
Were all against Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see one positive thing about that song or about Nicki going in on Meg. Like the funniest thing someone was said, football is on today. We don't care.
Right?
Like,
So funny.
Nobody cares.
Right?
Except for Nicki Minaj.
Thank you.
That's a shame because I like Nicki Minaj and I like her music. But this Bigfoot song,
bro,
this ain't it. This ain't it.
I just
What happened to just singing about love?
Well, I get that you sort of like I like beef. Like I really do. Don't get me wrong. I dig it. I think that it can be very entertaining at times. But this is just, I don't know. It's just not interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's really not.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The dying thief who confessed to stealing a pair of the ruby slippers that Judy Garland wore in The Wizard of Oz is expected to stay out of prison when he's sentenced today, I guess because he's dying.
Oh.
So this jabroni is like 76. So he stole the slippers back in 2005 from the Judy Garland Museum, right? Okay. He gave in to a temptation, he said, after an old mob associate told him that the shoes had to have real jewels on them to justify the $1 million insurance value. So this guy and his unidentified former mob friend, he persuaded him to steal the slippers as one last score, right?
Yes.
This guy was retired. He was out of the game, right? And he's like, come on, one last score,
Just
right?
when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Thank you. Yes. So the FBI recovered the shoes in 2018 when somebody else tried to claim a reward. Now, this guy, Terry Martin, wasn't charged and from stealing them until last year. So Martin said that he hoped, his plan was to take the shoes, remove all the individual rubies off the shoes and sell them separately and then throw the rest of the shoe out. But as soon as he brought them to somebody, the guy was like, those aren't rubies, they're glass. So
Damn it, Martin.
So he just got rid of them, to whom I don't even know who he got rid of them to, but he just got rid of them, was like, get these things out of my life. So that was his one last score.
Yeah.
Right?
What a fail.
One last score.
That's how you go out. You wanted your Scarface moment.
Yes.
It never happened.
Yes, no.
Do you really think the set designers would put real rubies on them? Come on.
I mean, I guess, but when you see them and they're behind glass.
I have.
And they're like, there's $1 million insurance value on them. Like, guys are like, well, they got to be real, right?
Yeah.
They got to be real.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let's do this Morgan Wallen thing real quick. So Morgan Wallen has a new-ish song, not really. He sort of did like a Taylor's version. Remember when Taylor lost all her access to her masters and everything else? Mm-hmm. So she started to re-record all her albums, and so she could start making the money, and then the fans would stop buying the old ones. So Morgan Wallen explained, saying that back in 2014, I went to Florida to try my hand at making original music for the first time. This led to a recording and management deal, and unfortunately, I signed both without any legal representation. He goes on to say, we made 13 songs. Some were okay. Most were terrible. And those colleagues that I parted ways with 10 years ago plan to release a 10th anniversary edition of it. Oh. It's gross, greedy, an example of how the dark side of the music business can suck the soul out of an artist. He went on to say, I want you to know that this is not my music, and I cringe when I listen to these songs. But trust me, when new music is ready, you'll hear it from me directly. So here's a little bit of, I don't know what the song's called.
Spin you around.
Thank you.
I just want one more shot to take your hand and spin you round and round this dance floor. Get you drunk on love like
Why are you singing this word for word?
Yeah,
He
how'd
hates
you
this song.
memorize this song already?
Because it's not a new song.
I know, but you shouldn't sing it. He doesn't want you to sing it.
well, you don't do feelings, but baby, if
You're hurting Morgan Wallen right now.
Maria's holding in the lyrics right now. Go ahead, sing.
And it'll be Can't do it.
There you go. Brandy Morgan Wallen.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, is this Britney Spears quote? I can't follow her on. I can't look at her thing. Apparently, Britney's Instagram is private. You have to
Again?
Yeah,
really?
You have to hit follow.
Request or whatever?
So Britney says this. I don't know. Was it on Instagram?
On
she said
Instagram,
this?
yeah.
So Britney says, I want to apologize for some of the things I wrote in my book. If I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry. I also want to say that I am in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish. It's so good. She wrote that? Really? That was on her thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing Britney finally read her own book.
For shiz, genuine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she shared a clip of Justin with Jimmy Fallon.
Right.
And that's where she wrote it.
Yeah, she didn't write it. So I'm guessing finally she got around to reading some of the things she wrote about other people. And we're like, oh, damn, for shiz, what?
What do you mean?
So there you go. Britney, big fan of Justin's new song. He was the host on SNL.
No, he was a musical
guest
guest.
on SNL. One of the show was kind of crap, but SNL did do a parody of the massive trend of everybody walking around with the big giant Stanley Cups.
Yo,
So
you
if
see
you're-
this, Maria? Who
I've seen a
literally
few
just,
of them, yeah.
Okay, here
literally
we
just
go.
took a sip out of her Stanley Cup.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Mama. Are you like us? A pretty lady who drives a big car?
Are you between 12 and 70 and go to Target every damn day?
Are you physically or at least spiritually blonde?
Well, we're still rocking our big dumb hats.
But I know what you're thinking.
Wasn't that last year's dumbass thing?
Hell yeah. That's why now we're all about them big dumb cups.
Oh, no.
It's more than just a cup. It's a big cup.
Is there a void in your life? Fill it with cup. Big dumb cup.
Oh, no.
Have women killed for this cup? Almost. And a bunch.
This is the cup that says, I'm a virgin, but I also have 6 kids.
It's the cup that says, my favorite rapper? That's Kesha.
And it says to the world, when Trader Joe's drops a new snack, I touch myself.
And it's the cup that says, I start decorating for Christmas tomorrow.
Big dumb cup.
Yo, Maria literally just held up 2 Stanley mugs that you brought to work today.
One's for coffee, okay?
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Over in the WWE, Triple H, who is the sort of head of all things WWE now, is getting roasted for the way he handled the press conference after Survivor Series over the weekend. So Royal Rumble, my bad.
Yeah.
So a former WWE staffer is suing the co-founder Vince McMahon, who is also Triple H's father-in-law, for rape, sex trafficking, and battery. And this all went down on like Thursday and Friday. And then Vince, who has been the face and head of the company forever, stepped down from both of the parent groups that oversee WWE. And there had been a previous investigation into Vince McMahon's conduct, and then he was brought back onto the board. So this is how Triple H, who is running the show, responded to a completely valid question.
Hey, Paul, right here. John Alba, Fightful. Speaking of the business side of things, it was about a year ago the WWE Board of Directors unanimously opposed Vince's return to the company as executive chair due to the ongoing investigations at the time before ultimately voting him back into power. You, Stephanie, Nick Khan, you were part of that. What degree of knowledge of the current accusations against him did you guys have at the time, and how does the situation affect WWE's relationship with partners going forward?
Yeah, so I'm going to do exactly what you would expect me to do here. Look, we just had an amazing week. I just said a 10-year, $5 billion Netflix deal. Rock joining our board. We just sold out the Royal Rumble, put 48,000 people in the Tropicana Field. I choose to focus on the positive. And yes, there's a negative, but I want to focus on that and just keep it to that.
Referring to that lawsuit as a negative, he should be fired.
It's more than that.
He should be fired. Yeah. If I was the people who were also dropping The Rock's name,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like during that question where they're like, hey, what about this lawsuit? And he's like, listen, we had a lot of great things happen this week. Like The Rock joined our, if I'm The Rock, I'm not there if he's there.
Yeah.
Like full stop.
Don't
He's
bring me into
gone
this.
or I'm gone. You choose. You want Triple H or you want The Rock? Who do you want? If I'm The Rock, that's the play.
Yeah.
There's no way you're dropping my name when avoiding a question like that to say focus on the positives.
Yeah, I don't know what the future holds with this situation. As more names come out as well, right?
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, we were talking earlier. Can Taylor Swift make it to the Super Bowl? Because Taylor Swift has a concert in Tokyo on February 10th, and then the Super Bowl is in Vegas on February 11th. So the way that it all works out is she has to cross the international date line, right?
Okay.
But the great thing is that when you're traveling east over the line, you decrease in date by 1 day. You get the opposite when going west, but she has time on her hands, meaning she could still do her show in Tokyo.
Sure.
Get a full night's sleep.
Okay.
Fly private jet, 10 or 13 hours or whatever it is, to Vegas.
Yeah.
Still be there 3 hours before kickoff.
Tailgate and everything.
It's like magic.
Yes. Yeah.
But then when's the next show after?
The 16th in Australia.
Oh, so you got time to
You
live
got
it up.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course she's going to be there.
Yeah, it can happen. So if she's not there, we all know it's by choice.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
but no,
yeah.
it can
No,
fully
she's gonna
happen.
be there.
And
Does she still have jet lag?
What's that?
Will she still have jet lag?
I don't know how long she's going to be in Tokyo for. So maybe not. But yeah, she can get a full night's sleep in
You think
Tokyo
she care about
and then
jet
leave.
lag? Her boyfriend's playing in the Super Bowl,
I know.
man.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
This
I'm gonna have
time
jet lag.
change really is like.
Oh, honestly, man.
You know why? Because he every you name it, any situation in the world, and Maury can come up with an excuse because that's how he lives.
I can't.
Right? I can't.
This side of the world. I'm like, I'm
jet
gonna be so
lag.
tired.
You guys just don't understand. I've never broken anything before.
Sounds
damn.
about right. You guys are so mean.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, Mike Holmes was trending all day yesterday. So Mike Holmes from HGTV, whose mission has always been like exposing like substandard workmanship in the building industry. So now he's having his integrity being called into question over his connection with a residential community that was constructed apparently so poorly that now multiple homes have been demolished.
Oh.
So he did his, like, you know, when they do the endorsement, hey, I'm Mike Holmes, I endorse this, you know, builder kind
Sure.
of thing, right? Like they're paid and everything else, but it's still his face and it's still his name and his brand and everything else. So the residents who moved into this community quickly found out that the approved homes were shoddily built with all sorts of faults ranging from mold to serious structural issues. Right from the beginning. Legal action was eventually filed against the builder, and now 3 of the houses have had to have been demolished because they say, quote, given the nature of the defects discovered, demolition was a more reasonable option than repair.
So does he have to approve of each build?
Don't know.
Or was this
Don't
like
know.
a general, maybe he's visited like homes or sites or met with the builder in the past, trusted
Yeah, don't know.
their work
Don't know.
moving forward, right?
But it's tough when you know, because that's such a huge part of somebody's brand, right? Or
Totally.
you do these deals with these builders, and maybe you go check, maybe you don't. I don't know. But the problem when you're Mike Holmes is like his entire brand is high standard of work, right? Like that's his whole brand. If it was anybody else on HGTV, you could be like, that's not my thing. Like I'm a backyard guy or I'm a whatever.
Yeah.
But it just so
I build
happened.
decks.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I don't do foundations. Like you could. It's a little bit easier to walk it back, but I don't think he's made a comment
Is
about
he-
this.
oh, he hasn't
no.
said
I don't think he has. But
You
I'm,
know
sure,
he's
I'm
gonna
sure.
go
Yeah, I'm
in
sure
now.
he will. I'm sure he will. I love Mike Holmes. I think he's a great
He's
guy.
going to handle all that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God! So SiriusXM announced a multi-year agreement with the Smartless Media podcast. Okay, you know that show
That
with
is Jason Bateman?
Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes.
Oh my God.
It's a 3-year deal.
Where were they before? Spotify or
Amazon.
Amazon, that's what it was, yeah.
Okay, so this is encompassing exclusive advertising and distribution rights for the Smartless podcast and then the other podcasts that they do.
Mhm.
The 3-year agreement is valued at more. 3 years is valued at more.
This is going to make me mad?
Than $100 million for 3 years over the term. This, according to 2 sources and confirmed by Bloomberg. The Smartless hosts currently have a deal with Amazon, which they had in place since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So that exclusive deal was for $80 million.
Right. How many episodes they release?
The podcast launched in 2020.
Hold on. In my world, the math ain't mathing, okay? Because what do they do? Like a podcast a week? It's not daily.
I think they do 5. I think there's 5 under the Smartless Media umbrella.
Mhm.
I think there's 5 different podcasts, and they get all of them.
Yo, how many podcasts do we release?
787.
700
No. Yeah. No, but how many do we release?
a week?
Uh-huh.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
Right?
7 of them.
How long are the episodes?
Like sometimes quite long.
Yeah, at least an hour
At
and a
least,
half.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah, I know.
For those listening out there.
Yep.
I don't know who it is. Frequency Podcast Network, Rogers,
Yeah.
our bosses, Alex. I don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah, the math ain't mathin'.
The math
You're
ain't
right.
mathing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
7.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And maybe it's not a $100 million deal.
No.
But there's a deal that hasn't happened.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
some millions that I'd be
Yeah.
happy with.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a deal.
Right?
We just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
Maybe there's already been a deal.
What, that went away?
No, that we just don't know about.
I got time after the show if anyone wants to meet. Maria, imagine your Stanley Cup collection could grow exponentially.
Yes.
With this deal.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Travis Kelce apparently is, in love with Taylor Swift, and they are at the I love you part of the relationship. So
course they are.
this was a mic that caught the two of them together after the game on Sunday.
Give us a path, guys. Give us a path. Thank you. Give it clear away, guys. Thank you.
Tell you I'm going to enjoy it with you guys over here. I love you.
It's so much fun.
What do you say? Taylor, I'm going to Vegas with the guys.
No,
I
I'm
love
going to
you.
enjoy this with the guys.
Oh,
I love
okay.
you. Yeah.
Yo, I was thinking about it. Football players in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Super Bowl weekend.
Oh,
it's going to be nuts.
Yeah. Football fans in Vegas for Super Bowl weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't like, no offense to the Bills, but do not let Bills Mafia loose in Vegas.
No, but I think a lot of like hardcore football fans from those teams don't even get Super Bowl tickets. I saw something yesterday where the cheapest single ticket price right now for the Super Bowl was $8,000
Oh my God. And someone's
for a
paying for
single
it.
ticket.
Yeah.
Single
Someone's paying
ticket.
for that.
Yeah, like you couldn't even bring Jenna so she could be in the same room as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, she'd be so
Right?
mad.
Yeah.
That's like a Europe trip.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
that's a
is.
first class Europe trip.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What would happen in your house if you went to the Super Bowl and were there with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and you didn't bring your wife? Like you just said, I can't. I'm going with the guys.
I wouldn't have a home to come home to.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
People going in on Kim Kardashian for really no reason. It's like again. It's just like a giant misunderstanding. So it was announced yesterday that Kim Kardashian is going to be executive producing a docu-series about Elizabeth Taylor. And she's also going to be in the docu-series because Kim Kardashian was actually the last person to interview Elizabeth Taylor before she died in 2011. I didn't know that.
Okay.
So she was the actual last person to do an interview with her. The series, they say, will feature privileged access to those who knew Elizabeth Taylor best, including family members, friends, and colleagues from throughout her stellar career. So Kim's putting this all together with a UK company.
Okay, sure.
And she's going to be in it because she was one of the last people to, she was the last person to interview Elizabeth Taylor. But nobody's reading this story where the headline is Kim Kardashian to executive produce and appear in series about Elizabeth Taylor. And everybody is assuming that it's like Kim is playing Elizabeth Taylor
Of course they are.
in a movie. and she is like getting killed on social media because of it. Like,
Read
this
beyond the
is
headlines,
so
people.
disrespectful, and like they're really going in on Kim, like about her looks and her body, and like how she's trash, and Elizabeth was so whatever, but she's just doing it as a fan. Like, she loved the woman and is doing this docuseries, and now nobody's reading the stupid story, and Kim's getting killed for it. It's really unfortunate to read the reaction to this.
Yeah.
Like, it's beyond brutal. Beyond brutal. Anyway, feel bad for her.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Somebody stole a 500-pound stuffed polar bear from a resort in Edmonton.
What?
So it's like a taxidermied polar bear.
Yeah.
Up on like back legs, like with its mouth open and everything else with like all the fur and whatnot. So it was on the second floor of this resort. And when you walked in, everybody could sort of see it. It was like a marquee kind of piece, right? And security in the place is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they had previously had 2 stuffed raccoons stolen as well from the same resort.
Okay.
So the resort manager says that this was 100% planned. So they believed that the stuffed polar bear was stolen January 13th during that real cold snap that they had, right? And it was that Saturday. Harry is the name of the polar bear, by the way.
Oh, Harry.
It was that Saturday that Harry was stolen. And security patrols were non-existent. If people were staying at the resort, they were staying in a different part of the resort because it was so cold. There was like no staff there.
Okay.
So people came in, they cut the metal wires that were like holding the 500-pound polar bear in place. They dragged it across the second floor, down the flight of stairs, and out through the front doors where they had a truck waiting.
Wow.
I'm assuming they saw this on camera.
So I don't know, because I'm guessing they did, but they haven't said that they have
Inside
the footage.
job, you think?
So I don't think
Because
it's
security just so happened not to be there at the time?
But like, you think a staff member is going to steal their polar
See,
bear?
I thought it was a drunken thing. Like, to me, it seems like something you would do when you're drunk.
I
Like a hangover when they steal the lion.
So
Tiger.
to get the polar bear. Oh, and they've included the raccoons. So the polar bear and the raccoons are estimated to be worth $35,000.
Damn, Harry.
Could you resell the polar bear?
To who?
I don't know, like
you
online.
can. Yeah, you
put on like
absolutely
Facebook Marketplace or something. I don't know.
Resell the polar bear?
Could you make profit? Maybe that's why. Maybe they're trying to make profit off the
how
polar
many
bear.
of them are there?
You get caught like immediately though, Maria.
No, you'd sell it overseas. Like, there's places that buy these things.
But how do you get it overseas, Maury?
Same way you get cars overseas.
True. Shipping containers that
Shipping
nobody
containers.
checks.
You know how many people you have to pay
Put it in the
off?
back seat of a stolen car.
Maury, it's 500 pounds. It's a polar bear. It's 12 feet tall.
Yeah, light it and put it in sideways.
In a car.
Or you got a new decoration piece at this point.
I haven't planned this.
I just
Clearly.
I think that now these guys have a polar bear that they don't know what to do
Yeah,
with.
they're like, oh crap.
Right? Yeah. And I know it's in one of their garages,
No,
right?
it's in the backyard by the hot tub.
No, it's in one of their garages. And for the past like week and a half, he's been doing everything he can to make sure his wife doesn't go out there.
Yeah. No,
Everything
honey,
he
it's
can.
okay, I got it. I
yeah.
got it.
Oh, recycling. Got
I
it.
got
No
it.
problem.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. No problem. Your car doesn't need to go in the garage. I'll clean it up
don't
for you in the
worry.
morning. Don't worry.
It's not dirty.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I
Bah.
got a lot of stuff going on in there. Spilled oil. Don't go out there. Right?
Dangerous.
Yeah. Like, you know that's what's happening, right? At all costs.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
David Letterman, I guess, defending Taylor Swift. I guess that there's still backlash. I don't know about Taylor Swift going to a lot of NFL games. But here is David Letterman.
So now here's Taylor Swift, who is a glowing bright light of goodness in the world, and she starts dating Kelsey Grammer. And people
No, that's not true.
What?
Kelsey Grammer?
Yes. And the Kelsey Grammer people say, oh, no, don't bother us. And the Taylor Swift people, the Swifties, are saying, oh, we don't want a footballer in here with Kelsey Grammer. And I'm saying, huh?
Travis Kelsey.
Right, Travis Kelsey. And I say to both camps, this is such a lovely thing. Shut up. It's good for the footballers. Yeah. It's good for Taylor Swift. And it's something positive and happy for the world. Taylor Swift is a huge force, and I think just wants to see people do the right thing. So God bless Taylor Swift and Kelsey Grammer. That's all I have to say.
Okay, anyway.
Was that supposed to be funny?
That's part of the joke,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
he's making
yeah,
a joke?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hilarious,
I didn't
Dave.
get it.
Have you ever seen a single episode of David Letterman, Maria?
No.
Do you know who David Letterman is?
Yes.
Do you know that
who
he's
Kelsey
not?
Grammer is?
Do you know that David Letterman is not just the guy from that Netflix series that you flipped past and have never clicked on?
Which Netflix series?
Okay, never mind.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
So they discovered a mysterious case of 1979 hockey cards found in a basement in Regina, unopened. So inside the case are 16 unopened boxes of hockey cards from, they're the OPC collection from 79 to 80. Hockey cards, there's 48 packs of 10 cards in all the boxes with a total of 7,680 cards. Why this matters was the people who had this in their basement, it said 1980 on it.
Okay.
So they were like, 1980. But when they sort of peeled back the opening of one of the things, they were the white boxes. And because they were issued in 1980, they were the cards from the 79-80 season. So they were the season previous to when they were released, like all hockey cards were.
Okay.
So these are the collection that had the Wayne Gretzky rookie card in it.
Okay.
And by the math,
Yeah.
that amount of cards with full collections, if there are full collections, but the way the math works out is that they said that there could be 20 Wayne Gretzky rookie cards in that box.
Oh, my God.
Okay, and Wayne Gretzky rookie cards have gone upwards of $1 million
Yeah.
to sell. What this does to the market now, I don't know. It could actually wind up devaluing all the Wayne
There's
Gretzky
so
rookie
many.
cards, because if somebody comes up and there's suddenly 20 brand new mint condition Wayne Gretzky rookie cards, all those other ones that have been in circulation that people have paid millions of dollars for suddenly will lose value.
So
the bidding right now for the whole lot is at $1 million.
Okay.
And that was yesterday. I don't know what it's at today, but yesterday the sort of bidding was at $1 million. But also there may not be. You know what I mean? Like there's a chance there could be.
You're just
at
buying the
least-
mystery box at
you're
this
buying,
point.
Yeah, there could be, right? There could be. In that many cards, there should be.
Could there be like other legends in there?
Yes, but that season
that's
is
like-
only that whole
Oh,
series is only about the Gretzky rookie card. I had a Gretzky rookie card.
And
I had it and I was playing with it. I won it from a friend, and because at the time in like the early 80s, it meant like nothing. And I was playing with it in my dad's car when we were driving, and I was playing it with it against the window, like where the window meets the door, and it fell down between the window and slid down into the actual door.
that sucks.
And so somewhere, and then my dad sold the car years later, and there was a Wayne Gretzky rookie card in the door of his old Mazda.
Why were you playing with it like that?
I don't know, because it was a card. It was fun. It was like I was like flicking it back and forth kind of thing, right? And then I slid it down by accident in between the rubber where the thing goes, and I lost it. But yeah, so this could potentially be like world shaking for the sports memorabilia scene.
I'm glad you said this because at my parents' house in the basement,
Yes.
there is similar to this story. I don't know for what year though, but a box of unopened packs of hockey cards.
Right.
It's still there. Like the packs that came with the gum.
Yeah.
The gum's probably still in there.
Yeah. It's
I don't
probably
know.
still good too.
I have my Uncle Michael's full CFL collection. I'm trying to sell that.
CFL?
I'm trying to sell that on
Good
Facebook
luck.
Market.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, did you ever sell your Taylor Swift popcorn bucket?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Maury went to the Taylor Swift movie, and stole one of the commemorative popcorn buckets. How much did you list it for? On
The bucket and drink unused.
Yes.
$180.
And what did you sell it for?
I sold it.
Yes. Here we go. For?
You ready?
Yes. I wouldn't be doing this voice if I wasn't ready.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. Oh my God. Never mind. I don't want to know
No,
anymore.
no, I got
don't
ready.
wanna know.
No,
I
next
don't want to
story.
know.
Next
I don't
story.
want to know. I don't
What
want
else
to
we
know.
got today?
Why did you take so long to say that?
Because I was building up excitement.
No, I was building up excitement.
I was matching your excitement. $20. Did you hear me, Mocha? Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The first human patient has received an implant from Elon Musk's brain chip startup called Neuralink, and is apparently recovering well. According to Elon Musk, he said initial results show promising neuron spike detections. So spikes are activities by neurons, which the National Institute of Health describes as cells that use electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain into the body. So the FDA approved last year for Elon's company. They gave them clearance to start doing human implant trials. And this is a massive milestone for the company that plans on helping patients overcome things like paralysis and neurological conditions, right? So the study uses like a robot to surgically place this brain-computer interface inside somebody's brain. And what they're hoping to do for the first set of trials is get somebody to control like a computer mouse with just their head.
No.
Like with just their brain.
No.
No?
Leave my brain alone.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the future.
No.
No.
I don't know if Elon Musk, if they have something in that chip where they're going to track and like, I don't know, do stuff like take over my body.
But what if you're a quadriplegic?
See, there could be
Then we
good
can
in
talk.
this.
Right?
Yeah, but not now. Like, how do I know that they can't see what I'm seeing?
But they could do
And,
that
like-
with your iPad.
Or walking around or like driving where I'm driving.
You literally
They
give them
already
control
can.
to like the one muscle you should try to have control over in your body.
I don't want them controlling me like that.
No, you're controlling things. They're not controlling
But
you.
how do you trust them?
Yeah, see?
But if this is your only chance to ever move again and do
Maria,
stuff.
Believe me, TikTok knows more about you than Elon Musk ever will from this. Okay, Maria?
but they're not in my brain.
But what if you need it? What if you can't physically control a computer mouse?
Okay,
and
sure.
somebody's like, we can give you a chip that will let you control a computer mouse.
I'd be kind of sus on that though.
But it's your only hope.
That's it. That's it. Chip in the brain. You can suddenly do things.
Let a couple more 100 people do it. Let me see how things
Is
work.
that what it is for you? 100?
Yeah.
As long as 100 people do it, you're okay?
Yeah.
100 people.
100 people.
Okay.
Right? They did it to 199 to go.
Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do you want to hear Lionel Richie telling a story about what it was like being in Michael Jackson's house back in the day? So the documentary, The Greatest Night of Pop, this is the We Are the World documentary. And I keep forgetting like just how weird Michael Jackson was back in the day. And nobody even thought anything weird about it. Like just like a weird, kooky guy. And so this is Lionel Richie talking about the co-writing process with Michael.
We Are the World was probably a line from Michael.
We are the world.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see some albums falling over, and I hear, I look over my shoulder. There's the biggest snake. And Michael's going, there he is, Lionel. Oh my God. He lost the snake in the room. He came out when he heard us singing, Lionel, and he wanted to meet you. He wants to say hello to you. I gotta get out of here quick. I am screaming like this is the end. I saw this horror movie, and it's not good for the brother.
Yeah, bro. We're not friends after that.
No!
Or at least, like, I'm never coming over ever again.
Thank you. Oh, he wants to meet you. No! No! Lionel.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The ratings are in. I was just looking at these for the football games on Sunday. On CBS, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Ravens game pulled in 55.4 million people, the most watched AFC championship game ever. It's a 17% increase over last year's comparable game. However, the ratings for the Lions 49ers game was 56.6 million people. That's the most watched telecast since last year's Super Bowl.
This Super Bowl is going to break all records, isn't it?
Bro, over 100 million people watched 2 football games on Sunday.
Yeah.
Is it because of Taylor Swift?
I mean, you can't say it is because the Lions 49ers game did better than the Chiefs Ravens game.
I think it's just an exciting.
Unless people don't know what team Travis plays.
I think it's just an exciting time.
Yeah.
For football right now.
Yeah.
And I think the ratings, if the ticket sales and the cost of everything happening in Vegas for the Super Bowl is already astronomical, the attention that it's bringing for football fans everywhere
Yeah.
is just going to be bonkers.
Yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Some of these Super Bowl commercials are coming out. I really love the Beckham's one.
I didn't see it.
David and Victoria. So if you watch the documentary, there's a great scene in the documentary where she's trying to talk all like she had a normal upbringing, like working class family, but then Beckham like bullies her into saying that her dad drove a Rolls Royce. Do you remember that clip? No. Here's the clip. Here's the clip from
I'm
the doc.
very close to my family. Yeah, I mean, I think also we both come from families that work really hard. Both of our parents work really hard. We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being honest.
Called you out.
I am being
What car
honest.
did your dad drive you to school in?
So my dad did.
No, one answer.
My dad.
What car was it?
All right, it's not a simple answer
What
because
car did you get your dad to drive
it
you
depends.
to school in? No.
Okay,
What
in the
car?
80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.
So that was the great clip from the doc, which is so good. And then so now they do a commercial for Uber Eats, and Victoria in the commercial is wearing a shirt that reads "My dad had a Rolls Royce."
Yeah.
So this is the commercial.
So David and I are going to be in a little commercial.
Be honest.
I
Be
am.
honest.
Okay, it's a big commercial.
Tell them what it's during.
David, I'm trying.
No, tell them what it's during.
Okay, it's during the big baseball game.
Super big baseball game.
Oh, was it the hockey ball?
Hockey ball. Oh, and tell them about Jessica Aniston.
Jessica Aniston is going to be in it too.
Thank you. We love Jessica.
We love Jessica.
They're the best, those two.
Jessica Aniston.
So is that a tease for a commercial?
I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, Ice Spice, who really just came out of nowhere and just got massive. She to me seemed like one of those, like she was a plant. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't seem. It seemed too weird for me, the Ice Spice thing. But whatever, she's doing well. She was on with Hoda and Jenna, and Hoda and Jenna, God love them. They are just the two most excited people on television. Here's Ice Spice talking about her new album.
We also have to ask you, because everybody's been asking us, is there going to be an album soon?
Yes, there's going to be an album.
Let's go! This year?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? This year, I'm so excited. It's called Y2K. It's almost finished, so I'm really excited.
And you were born on Y2K.
I was, and that's why I decided to name it that.
I mean, that is so great.
Are there collaborations on it too? Is it?
Of course. I have a crazy collaboration that just got locked in like 2 days ago.
That you can't Can you tell us?
No. I'm really excited.
Let me tell you, when this album comes out, neither Hoda or Jenna will have the Ice Spice album locked in on their Spotify. Okay, they're not.
Is she filthy? What? Is
She's the best.
Bro, is she filthy?
So she released a song last week, right? That Shem and I have just like vibing out so hard. So I heard the
Is this the
song.
one you were playing the other day?
Yes, the same one, Maria. Okay. So I read the title and I listened to the song for the first time and I was like, But then I started listening to it more and more I listen to it, the more I like it.
Okay.
And the song is called Thank You the S. And then in brackets.
Thank You the S?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank You the S.
Okay.
And then in brackets, it says fart.
Okay.
And the song goes like this.
Think you the you not even the fault. I be going hard. I'm breaking their hearts. Like, be quick, but I'm quicker. Be thick, but I'm thicker. She could be rich, but I'm richer. Damn. Taking her man. Don't give a out in the yams. And I'm keeping one tuck. I make me some jams. Unlock that I dance.
Like the lyric, like her flow is very simple, right?
Damn.
That's a nice word for a minute.
Like there's not much to it, you know what I mean?
I got a fresh sending me tips. God, think you the you not even the fart. I ain't going hard.
Ice Spice, that's my gal right there.
We're there now, huh?
I wonder if the feature she locked in was with Meg Thee Stallion.
Ooh, that would be so good.
I have a feeling.
Why?
But I don't know if she would necessarily be excited about mentioning that now because she also had a song with Nicki Minaj for the Barbie movie. So because of the beef, maybe that's not the feature.
Right.
don't know if you want to jump into that battle.
I think it's, I mean, for her to be that excited.
You think it's Drake?
I would say it's somebody bigger than Meg Thee Stallion.
I wonder if it's Drake.
Cardi?
Oh, Cardi B. Maybe.
Could be Cardi.
Maybe.
Cardi.
Think you the
Who has she worked with before?
you're not even the fault.
Aside from Nicki.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, she's
Taylor
on that level. You know what I mean? Like,
She's so good.
sure.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I have not checked, but there is a very big possibility that all of Universal Music Group's artists will be pulled off of TikTok as of today.
What?
So that's Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Drake, everybody
basically
else.
everybody.
Basically everybody, yeah. So Universal failed to come to terms on a new licensing deal with TikTok. They say in our contract renewal discussions, we have been pressing TikTok on 3 critical issues: appropriate compensation for our artists and songwriters, protecting human artists, and the harmful effects of AI and online safety for TikTok users. TikTok fired back, saying that it's actually Universal Music's greed that is keeping them from keeping their music on TikTok, and they didn't get a deal done. So it's not looking like any Universal artist is going to be searchable on TikTok until they come to a new agreement.
Oh, no.
Is that like a big thing? I don't know. Like, do people use a lot of that stuff on TikTok?
Yeah.
Everybody uses
It is,
music,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Especially if they're like doing like reels and stuff, or like the videos where they have background music, or like doing dances and stuff to them, reactions. So like it takes away from a lot of people's
I did a
TikToks.
dance yesterday.
Yeah. Was it a Universal artist?
I don't know. It was the Saltburn song.
Oh, so TikTok said it is sad and disappointing that Universal Music Group has put their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters. They go on to say, despite Universal's false narrative and rhetoric, the fact is that they have chosen to walk away from the powerful support of a platform with well over 1 billion users that serves as a free promotional and discovery vehicle for their talent. Universal had said that what TikTok was proposing was 1% of its total revenue. Sorry, 1% of Universal Music's come from its total revenue, despite the fact that TikTok has a massive and growing user fan base. And basically, they've accused TikTok of wanting to become more of a music site.
Sure.
And TikTok is like, no, we just allow music to be used. So it's this whole thing. And TikTok freely promotes AI generated music and all this stuff. So
a lot of new artists, too, will make music based on it hopefully going viral on TikTok, right?
That's how an old Mariah Carey song became number 1.
Exactly. Yep.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Kelsey brothers talking about Taylor Swift on their new podcast.
Yeah, new episode dropped today.
Also, shout out to the newest members of the Chiefs Kingdom, Taylor Swift, who has officially reached the Super Bowl in her rookie year. That's got to be good.
Shout out to Tay. Thanks for joining the team.
Do we miss anything?
The thing I realized last week, remember when he was at when Jason was with Taylor in the box at the Bills game, right? He said something when they were talking about the last time where he said that was his first time meeting Taylor, which I found weird because they've been together a while and she hadn't met the brother yet.
Yeah, but
Maybe
she
they're taking
doesn't.
it slow.
Well, but she's also traveling a lot, right? Like she's not always.
But they had the holidays. They had Thanksgiving and they had Christmas, and apparently they spent a lot of time together, but like never met the brother. It's kind of weird.
Maybe you got to take more time introducing people to your family.
Maybe each of them are like, well, we're not sure.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Take it slow in the public.
Sure, why not?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Larry David on the red carpet for the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David has said this many times that this will be the final season, and that he's always come back and done another season. But what makes this one definitively the last?
Why is this the final season?
Because, it's time. 12 seasons. That's a lot for a television show.
over 24 years.
But a lot of people don't believe you. A lot of people say you've said it before.
Yeah, I said it before, but I wasn't 76 when I said it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough, Larry.
Premieres this Sunday.
Cannot wait.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Justin Timberlake out there promoting his new album and his tour and all this other stuff. People still want to know about NSYNC and whether that is going to ever happen again. Here is Justin talking to Kelly Clarkson.
You produce, you write songs, you act, you do all the things. Is there anything left? You've had such an illustrious career. Like, is there anything left that you want to do that you haven't done yet?
Growing up in the industry and getting access to so much in the studio,
yeah,
I just became like a studio rat. Like, I just loved being in there, and I loved the creative process. And you know, and also as it pertains to harmonies, I spent some time with 4 other guys doing a lot of harmonies.
Who are you speaking of? By the way, y'all broke the internet when y'all came back for the song.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like, there's so much that just picks up right where it left off as far as the chemistry. But
That's fun.
yeah, it was. Yes.
But just saying.
I don't want people to think, what is that? Can you see that picture again? I feel like I have a disclaimer, like, I was having a really bad allergy day, and that's why I was wearing the sunglasses. I don't want, no, yeah, we've been in the studio, so there may be a little.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Too.
Oh. Well,
is that exciting, new NSYNC?
Listen, if NSYNC releases another song,
yes.
guys, I have a great idea.
Oh, no.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
More trouble for rich people who can't date. Huh? It's very difficult when you're famous. We all know the Sharon Stone story when she tried to go on Bumble, and then they kept deleting her profile because they thought it was a scam. Well, it's happened again.
With?
Here's Terry Hatcher talking to Curtis Stone.
True. I don't meet people. I don't meet anyone.
I'm going through in my mind all my single mates.
If you come up with someone, you let me know.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Is there an app that only lets?
There is, but those guys only want to date 30-year-olds. So, I mean, there is that fancy app you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. No, I've tried them all. And I tried my latest one. I tried Hinge. You know, I thought I'm going to say to the universe that I am open and vulnerable, and I'm putting myself out there. That's what I thought my gesture of joining the Hinge app would be.
Yeah.
And then they kicked me off.
What do you mean they kicked you off?
Well, they thought I was pretending to be Terry Hatcher.
Come on. That's really funny.
Yeah. And then they figured it out. I complained. I was like, can I have my money back? You kicked me off. And anyway, they apologized. And then I was like, I'm sort of over it.
Oh, put it in reverse, Terry.
Also, Gayle King on a new podcast with Ryan Clark called The Pivot, talking about whether she is a difficult woman to date. You have to hear this story. So, yes, she did find a guy at some point.
Good for Gayle King.
Great for Gayle King. But you tell me if this didn't all go to hell in the most Gayle King way.
You know, I went on a date and I was really excited, very excited about it. We had gone out maybe 2 months, and then he said he really needed to talk to me. He wanted to have a private conversation. Okay, sure. What is it? Do you think you could lend me $4,000?
Oh!
And I'm like, oh, God.
Don't do it,
You jumped out with $4,000 out the gate?
I know. It's so
he
funny.
Didn't test the water?
You know what Oprah said? Oprah said, God, I would have felt better if he had said $40,000. But I was so crushed because here was somebody who was making, 6 figures, successful. And when I said, could I ask what it's for?
Don't do it, Gayle.
He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue and to pay a payment on some furniture. And Oprah goes, oh, God, this is just getting worse.
Don't do it, Gayle.
And I said, okay. And he said, this was Sunday. And he said, I promise I'll pay you back by Thursday. I promise I'll pay you Thursday. Okay. But I wrote it because I thought it had to be very difficult for him to ask me. And so I wrote it, and I just figured that would be that. And he did pay me back on Thursday. But I didn't feel the same. It just changed the relationship for me. It changed the relationship for me.
On your second date, let me borrow 4 racks?
For child support. When you're asking your new girlfriend, Gail King, for $4,000 for child support, the relationship's not going to survive that, man. It's not going to survive.
Not at all.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mocha, you have a new song in there. It is called Talk About Love. I want you to listen to it and then tell me who you think the artist is. Give this a listen.
I'm looking at the city lights, trying to get my head on right. And people walking by, heads down, miss everything inside. Well, take my hand and let me guide you out into the endless.
Got it. First impressions, first of all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
I got it.
Who's the artist?
Kelly Clarkson.
No.
Okay, hold on. You know what? It sounds like a stripped down version of Ariana Grande.
Not Ariana Grande. You can understand every word this artist is saying.
It's not Kelly Clarkson.
Nope.
Is it in that world?
Demographically?
Yeah. Hold on. Is this going to be something like, is it going to be something like completely off the wall out there, like Rebecca Black?
Not that far out there, but out there. First of all, does everybody like the song?
Yeah.
Okay. Maria,
Like, it's
man? Shem?
It's meh.
Meh?
Meh. About 6 out of 10.
Yeah. What about the singer?
6 out of 10? That high?
Yeah.
What about the singer?
In terms of quality of voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fine.
Like this, okay,
right?
so that was 41
Yeah.
seconds of the song, right?
So
That's
you would
all-
give it a 6,
A
right?
6, yeah, about
Would
a
you
6.
give it a 6 if I told you that this person isn't really known for singing? Would you give it a higher mark, do you think?
No, I'd still give it a 6.
Yeah, fair rating across.
Lower than a 6.
Lower than a 6.
Yeah, I like a 3.
Yeah, my
3.
number is a 3.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Oh,
like that
damn.
41 seconds of the song
Yeah,
that I heard
yeah.
was the only 41 seconds
There's no
I'll
like
ever need.
energy in the song.
Yeah,
It's like,
like super mid.
Okay, all right.
So
all right.
who? Okay, hold on. Let me listen to it again.
Okay. You will definitely know who this person is. Without question, you will know who this person is.
Oh my God, hold on. Only because we talked about her the other day and she said she's releasing an album. Is this Paris Hilton?
No.
Okay, thank God, because I don't want to clown on Paris Hilton. I love Paris so much.
You do?
And I want her music
Yeah.
career to take, like, not take off, but you know what I
Right.
mean?
Okay.
I want her to do well. Who the hell is this then?
Kate Hudson.
Oh, that's a 9 now.
No way.
I knew it. So what do you rate this song now,
Nine.
Sean?
All across the board.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, Justin Timberlake, what are you doing?
What happened
What
now?
are you doing?
What
It's not
happened
doing
now?
himself any bloody favors, that's for sure. So, remember when Britney, she had the book with all the Justin Timberlake stuff that he wanted her to get the abortion and then the faux
Genuine.
right? All that stuff. So obviously Britney hadn't read her own book until recently. And she was drawn into this whole thing when Justin Timberlake released Selfish, because then her fans started taking her old song Selfish to the top of the charts, everything. And Britney was like, yo, let me just calm this down. And then she went on social media and said, I want to apologize for some of the things I wrote about in my book. If I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry. And she goes on to say, I am in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish. It's so good. And how come every time I see Justin and Jimmy Fallon together, I laugh so hard? So that's what Brit said, right?
Beautiful.
Like,
That's great.
just calm down, everybody, okay? We can move on. I may feel bad for some things, but listen, this is the best I can do in this situation.
Sure.
So that happened. Justin seemingly off the hook, right?
Yeah.
Somewhat. Cool waters. It's no longer a typhoon, right? It's like we're okay now.
Yeah, get ready for the album coming out in March.
So last night, Justin Timberlake's doing a show in New York City.
Yeah.
Right before he plays Cry Me a River.
Oh,
right before he plays Cry Me a River, he says this.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh, JT.
That's some beef right there.
Why?
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely effing nobody.
Dog, you were off the hook.
What are you doing?
Maybe he likes the drama.
Yeah. I think so.
It doesn't help him.
Yeah, but he's in the attention, isn't he? We're all talking
Maybe
about
he's
him.
maybe it's the wife, right? Maybe she's like, if you say one nice thing about her, we're done. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
who
yeah.
knows? Who knows? But yeah, maybe it's the drama. Maybe he likes the drama. I don't know.
The wife, Jessica, was there because she brought out a cake for him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But what are you doing,
Yeah,
bro? What are you doing?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Stanley mugs have come under scrutiny after people on TikTok, I don't know if you've seen this, Maria, starting to talk about how they're testing these Stanley mugs for lead, and they've found traces of lead in their Stanley mugs. I guess people are drilling the holes in the bottom of their Stanley mugs and then doing lead tests. And there are traces of lead within the product, they say, according to the U.S.
It's so heavy.
Yes. But it's not on the surface of the bottle. While Stanley has acknowledged there is lead in its product, the company is assured that they are still safe and meet all U.S. regulatory requirements. They say our manufacturing process currently employs the use of an industry-standard pellet to seal the vacuum insulation at the base of the products. The sealing material includes some lead. Once sealed, the lead is covered with a durable stainless steel layer, making it inaccessible to consumers. They go on to say, rest assured that no lead is present on the surface of any Stanley product that comes into contact with the consumer, nor the contents of the product. So
That's
there
a
you
great
go.
water bottle right there.
Right?
Wonderful.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Margot Robbie finally addressing what a lot of people called the Oscar snub, which is she and director Greta Gerwig for Barbie. This is Margot Robbie on stage.
Beyond ecstatic that we got 8 Academy Award nominations, and that's so wild. And already we set out to do something that would shift culture, affect culture, or just make some sort of impact, and it's already done that and some, like way more than we ever dreamed it would. And that is truly the biggest reward that could come out of all of this. And I'm so obviously ecstatic for everyone getting the nods that they've had is just incredible. And the Best Picture, not obviously, I think Greta should be nominated as a director because what she did is a once in a career, once in a lifetime thing. What she pulled off, it really is. But it's been an incredible year, and like for all the films, and there's no way to feel sad when you know you're this blessed.
See, because the reason you can never acknowledge a snub is because you're terrified of the follow-up question. If you say, yeah, I feel like I got snubbed, right? The follow-up question, the logical follow-up question is, well, who of the nominees then shouldn't have been nominated? Which you cannot answer that question.
Don't want that smoke.
Yo, pull up the list.
Right?
Pull up the list. I'll tell you who I would have said.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, hold on here. Okay. You got it? Somebody got it? Yeah.
I'm Margot Robbie. And then I say, yeah, I'm pissed.
Yeah. Okay. So Margot, how do you feel about not getting nominated?
Yo, I'm pissed.
You're pissed. Okay. Well, you
all
feel
up in the dream house, like did all the things.
You feel like you were snubbed.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So follow-up question, if I may.
Yes.
Out of the nominees, who do you feel then should not have been nominated?
Remind me of the nominees again, please.
In Best Actress category. Oh, shoot. I did drama. My bad. Not comedy. One second.
There's no comedy.
Oh, right. There
It's
is no
just Best
comedy.
Actress.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Emma Stone, Poor Things. Annette Bening, Naiad. Sandra Huller, Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan, Maestro.
The second last one. God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So that book that everybody thought was written by Taylor Swift, Argyle, the movie came out, and the reviews for it are just like some of the worst reviews for a film I've ever read.
Oh no, is it a mystery?
Yeah,
is,
it's called Argyle, and it's supposed to like kickstart this huge blockbuster series because the author is apparently writing more and more of these books.
Oh, derp.
So it's
No, they're
Bryce
not.
Dallas Howard, Dua Lipa, Henry Cavill, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, strong cast.
Apple bought it for $200 million, if you remember. They bought the rights to the book.
And it's a fail. So that
And-
means my Apple subscription is going to go up because they got to recoup all that money.
Katie Walsh from Tribune News called it one of the most expensive, worst movies ever made.
Oh.
It has a 37% rating on Rotten Tomatoes right now, if that matters to you.
Worse than Ant-Man Quantumania?
Barry Hertz called it one of the most chaotically stupid action movies to torture audiences in ages. The Daily Beast called it, said its comic touch almost as heavy-handed as its slow-motion drenched action is dull. It seems primarily designed to answer the question, how many movie stars can one fiasco squander?
Ooh. Well written.
Rolling Stone kept it simple, saying Argyle is a bad movie, a very, very bad movie. So
Also, this just in.
not going to watch it.
Plush from Toronto has a message for all the actors and actresses in that movie.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach.
Add that to the list.
So now I want to watch it. I'm down with seeing a bad movie.
But doesn't that happen often when there's a horrible review? Then everyone goes and watches it.
Well, I mean, it's streaming,
No.
so I mean, people are gonna watch it anyway. But
I'm not. Yeah. If it's got a terrible, you think I'm wasting my time on that? No.
And I'll tell you
How long is it? Is it a two and a half hours or something?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. But
I'm willing
this,
to bet Mocha watches it.
But this is, I'll watch it.
Oh, okay. How much you want to bet, Maury?
I'll bet you $10 you'll watch it.
Cool.
I'll bet you. Okay, cool.
You just pay him now because he'll never watch it.
No, but you have to see if he does.
He won't. Out of spite.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Not even about the $10. Like, just give
Hey,
him $10 now.
Give me $10 now, bro.
Yeah. I'll tell him all about it. I'll watch it tonight. I'll tell you all about it. You never have to see a second of it. Done.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm not going to watch it. All I know is that you owe me $10 now.
So easily scammed.
Bro.
But this just goes to show you, though, you get the sort of illusion that when you're in a lead in a Marvel movie that, you're like a giant movie star. And we've seen it before with Henry Cavill. We've seen it with Chris Hemsworth. We've seen it with the guy that plays Captain America. What's that guy's name?
Oh, Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
But just because you're like Captain America and Superman and Thor, like you get the appearance that these are massive movie stars.
Sure.
But those guys, they can't carry a movie
But
alone.
you even said
They can't.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
is in
Sam
this movie.
Jackson's in it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Great actor.
I know. He's great.
Loved by everyone.
Yeah.
But if the movie's trash, it's trash.
It is.
Is that the one with what's her name? Bryce
Dallas Howard. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
And I
actually
love
the
her.
lead in it. Like, and they make a point to saying Henry Cavill is not the star of this movie, but he's the guy on the poster.
Yeah.
But they're like, he's not the star of this movie.
I like her.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Usher clarified the rumors that he was once Beyonce's nanny.
What?
Or babysitter, I guess. Somehow a story got out that he was the caretaker, like the carer for Beyonce at some point, and then it just got out of hand, and then the rumor was that he was the nanny, I guess, when he was younger. Beyonce was much younger. But here's Usher clearing up the story.
No, I wouldn't Beyonce's nanny. Daryl Simmons, he had a group by the name of the Dolls.
Okay.
And they came to Atlanta for the first time. This is before Destiny's Child became Destiny's Child. And I think I looked over them while they was doing something in the house. I had to watch them because I was like the authority, because I guess I was the teenager at the time. But no, I wasn't a nanny. You know what I'm saying? No.
But you were just overseeing them, like making sure they ain't breaking nothing.
Making certain that they didn't get in no trouble in the house.
Oh,
okay.
That's so weird. They're only 3 years apart.
Yeah.
Are they really? Is that the age difference?
Usher's 45, Beyonce's 42.
Yeah, but I guess when
How would that work,
you're
then?
13 and 10, right?
Sure.
You leave a 13-year-old in
That's
charge,
fair. That's fair.
and you're like, hey, make sure they don't get into whatever, because I guess that age difference makes, I don't know. I have no idea.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Danny Masterson has been moved to a maximum security prison that was previously home to Charles Manson. I watch a lot of prison documentaries. And
Do you know about this one?
Danny Masterson, yeah, he's in Corcoran. in California.
What's this one like?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
But will he be in Gen Pop or will he be in his own sound?
Well, it's 30 years to life for the 2 counts of rape. He's eligible for parole at the age of 66 in 2042.
Wow.
Last week, he requested bail until the appeal, and the judge denied it, saying that he has every incentive to flee and little reason to return to state prison to serve out the remainder of his lengthy sentence. And then the judge brought up how his wife, Bijou Phillips, is in the process of divorcing him. And then she said that the defendant has no wife to go home to.
Oh. That burns.
That's like, but I watch.
Look at Shem.
I know.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Been there, bro.
And that's
Without the wife.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I want to revisit this Justin Timberlake clip from yesterday because the headlines were, and he was on with Kelly Clarkson and was teasing something new from NSYNC. So this was Justin with Kelly Clarkson.
I just became like a studio rat. Like I just loved being in there, and I loved the creative process, and you know, and also as it pertains to harmonies, I spent some time with 4 other guys doing a lot of harmonies.
Who are you speaking of? By the way, y'all broke the internet when y'all came back for the song.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like there's so much that just picks up right where it left off as far as the chemistry. But yeah, we've been in the studio, so there may be a little.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that not sound like he's teasing the possibility of yet another new NSYNC song?
Yeah, of course it does.
He said it.
No, he didn't.
He said we're in the studio.
He said the possibilities.
Possibility of?
Something.
Mm-hmm.
So turns out what that possibility is that when they were in the studio together recording, I guess maybe the Trolls song or something in and around there,
okay,
he had the guys from NSYNC do some backup stuff for his album.
Oh. Okay. So it ain't the same thing.
No.
Oh, all right.
So this according to TMZ. They say our sources at RCA Records are pumping the brakes, telling us Justin's tease was referencing NSYNC members recording background vocals for his upcoming album.
Damn, bro. We used to be a group and now I'm background. Wow. What a diss. I'd be hella mad about Joey Fatone.
What a letdown.
But they get paid. They get paid.
It doesn't matter. You don't go on Kelly Clarkson and say that.
No, you can't do that.
And then...
Because you know what it's going to do.
Yeah.
You know the kind of news that's going to make.
Yeah.
OMG, NSYNC's coming back.
Yes. You don't do that. You don't do that.
Garbage.
I mean, I know the movie was called Trolls, but don't.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. That's funny.
Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Travis Kelce, big question is, will he be supporting Taylor, who has been very supportive for his football? Mm-hmm. Will he be supporting Taylor at the Grammys?
I wish I could go support Taylor at the Grammys and watch her win every single award that she's nominated for. But I think I got practice on Sunday, or I think Sunday's a travel. Is it Saturday or Sunday? I know I got practice Saturday, but Sunday's a travel day. Unfortunately, I got to get ready for this big old Super Bowl that we got in a week.
Oh, you're too busy. Wow. But on Super Bowl Sunday, Taylor is most likely going to be doing a show in Tokyo, Japan, and then getting on a plane flying around the world.
It's different.
To go to your football game. Wow. But you have practice? Okay, wow. I got you.
It's different.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
It's different. When you're on a team, you can't just leave. It's a very different atmosphere.
You can't
and you're also not allowed.
You can't make it work? You can't finish up practice and jump on the private jet? Head to Los Angeles?
Depends if coaches orders that you can't leave.
Yeah.
When you trust me, I literally see it all the time on TFC. If you're not allowed to leave, you can't leave. So I don't blame them.
No, it's all good. It's
Also,
all good. Let her do all the work.
Wow. Also, LA and Vegas aren't that far apart.
No, let her do all the work.
You guys know nothing.
Right? Let her do all the work. No problem.
Okay.
No problem. There's another Travis Kelce clip there, too.
Okay.
We're two people in a relationship supporting each other and having fun with it, man. It's nothing more than that. Mm-hmm. And how much the world wants to paint the picture and make us the enemy, we just have fun with it, and we enjoy every single bit of it. And sure enough, I love it when Taylor comes and supports me, and and enjoys the game with the fam and friends. It's been nothing but just a wonderful year, man.
And then when she goes out and does her thing, I watch on television.
Oof. He also didn't know if the Grammys were on Saturday or Sunday.
No, he didn't know if he was traveling on Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, it's not looking good.
Oh, you're all fired up over
No,
this, huh?
I'm just saying that this is the first. This is the thing.
What, this is going to be the first of many like arguments?
Yep.
That's going to break them up?
Yep. It's the first thing.
It's a different mindset.
She's like
going into WrestleMania. Sorry.
I know.
We know where Mocha's mind is.
And I know how that conversation ended too. I know exactly how that conversation ended.
Okay, how?
He was like, "Babes, I don't know. I got like a practice thing or a traveling. I don't know what kind of day it is." That conversation ended before Taylor turned around and walked out of the room. She looked him dead in his face and said, "I went to Buffalo."
Wow.
Roz ain't wrong.
That's how it ended. I don't think they've talked since.
I'm pretty sure they
No, I don't think they have.
I'm pretty sure the relationship's actually quite fine.
No. Also, did you hear that last clip? We're just two people having fun. Oh, that sounds great.
Sounds non-committal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like women love to hear that, right? We're just we're just having fun, right?
What is up with you
Women
today?
love to hear that. I went to Buffalo.
I think you're more mad than Taylor is.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Somebody said that.
I doubt it.
Somebody just texted the Roz and Mocha text line here. Roz has obviously never played any team sports. LOL.
Mm-hmm. They've obviously never dated Taylor Swift. Just saying.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.